Hello everyone. Now, last week has been very eye-opening for me. A couple of things has been exposed to me, and I definitely want to share these things with you. But what really brought it home was a video that I heard Anjanette listening to. It's about a woman who was caught in a car accident that should have killed her, but it didn't. But when she thought that she was in her final phases in life, she didn't care about what was in her bank account, what kind of car she had, what kind of house she lived in. The only thing that she cared about was knowing that if she died, she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready to die. So I ask you this: if you was to die at this very moment, are you ready? Are you 100% certain on where you would end up if you was to die today? You need to look at each and every day as an opportunity to get things right from what you did yesterday. If you had the good day, you need to use today as the day to build on what you did right yesterday. Now, one thing that I've noticed within myself is that I really did think that I was ready until God showed me that I wasn't. But before we go any deeper into that, I really want y'all to get this. So I want to make sure that y'all in the right mindset. There are 4 different ways that people receive the word of God. There's wayside, rocky, thorny, and good soil people. Now, the wayside people is people that once the word is given, they hear it, but they can never receive it because the enemy takes it away. So those are the people that every time you try to get into a biblical discussion, they block it. They don't want to hear it. They don't have no time for it. Or they try to change the subject. Anything that's helping to them, they try to change the subject to talk about something else that has nothing to do with the Word of God. Because the enemy knows that that's going to help your spirit. This is going to help your growth. So they're going to just completely take it away so you can't receive it. This is a very bad place to be. Because if you can't receive the word of God, you can't grow. You can't prosper. You can't step into the purpose that God has destined for you to be in. This is something that you need to take mental note of. You may be in denial of the fact that you may be that person. So you have to be real with yourself and understand how are you receiving the word of God. Now, another way of receiving it is rocky, which is the word is given, you receive it, you're enjoying it. But the moment that you're tested on the word that you receive, you lose it. You fail. Each and every time, because the word wasn't rooted in you. It wasn't rooted within yourself. It wasn't rooted in your spirit. So you go out there, you go into church, having a good time, great, powerful message, but then all of a sudden you get cut off and you're cussing people out. You're telling people off. You easily go from 0 to 100. Are you that 0 to 100 person right after church? After you receive a great, powerful word? That just means that the word that you're receiving is not rooted in your spirit. So if you're that person that the second that your faith is tested, the moment that you're that person that once the enemy comes to test to see if you realize that you've already won and you fail that test each and every time, because the enemy likes to use that one thing, those bad habits that you do the most. Because what you do the most is what the enemy can get you do the easiest. whether it's cussing, whether you're easily tempered, when you can get into argument, cause you to panic, cause you to worry, cause you to doubt that you're a warrior. All these things that you do so much, the enemy could get you to do the easiest. So it doesn't matter how great or powerful that the message was, because it's not rooted in you. So it has no strength. The moment that it hits you, the test hits you, you fail. You have to recognize if this is you, and you must act accordingly. I'm going to get back to that. Next person is thorny people. You can receive the word, but you're so caught up into what the world has to offer. Its riches, all the glory, the stuff, everything that the world had. It chokes the word out of you because you're so enticed with what the world can offer you. The word means nothing. The word of God means nothing because you believe that the world can give you more than what God can. Then there's the good seed people. These are the people who receive the word of God. It gets deeply rooted within them, and they utilize it for themselves. They apply it in their life, and they share it with other people. Now, I like seeing myself as one of the good soil people. Take the word, receive it, I apply it, and I share it. But then I realized, it been brought to my attention that I'm still not ready. And the reason why is through a parable that's been brought to my attention, which is called the talents. Now, it was 3 people. God gave 5 talents to one guy, 2 talents to another person, and 1 talent to another person. He went away for a while. But then when it came back to approach Jesus to what they offered, the guy with the 5 talents said, I've taken the talents that you have given me, and I made 5 more. He was like, you have done well, great and faithful servant. Come and share the joy with your master. The person with the 2 talents. He came in, he said, I've taken the 2 talents that you've given me, and I made 2 more. He said, you did well, great and faithful servant. Come and share the joy with your master. Now, I'm believing that this is, right now we're referring to heaven. Right now, because of the talents that God has given us, he's saying, okay, come into heaven. You've done well. You may now enter heaven. But now, here's the person that had the 1 talent. The person said that he was fearful. He didn't use the talent that God had given him. He sat on it. He never used it. He never exposed it. He never used the talent that he'd been provided to. He called him a lazy, slothful servant. And he said that he took his talent away, and then he sent him to the place of weeping and gnawing of teeth, gagging of teeth, which is hell. So it brought to my attention that now God is not only our Father, our provider, but he is also our investor. Since birth, God has invested a talent in each and every one of us according to our spiritual strength that he given us. So, as any investor that they invest within you, they want a return on their investment. So, what talent do you have of God, and how are you using that to glorify him? Because it's not your talent, it's God's. So how are you getting God his return on the talent that he has given you? Because that talent was not meant for you to live a mediocre life. The talent that he has given you was for you to live an abundance life. Abundance and overflow of blessings within your life. So if you're not living a life of abundance, then you're not utilizing the talent that God has given you to the best of your ability. And these abilities that you have, that you're not using, you're going to have to answer for it. And that hit home with me. I'm realizing that the talents that God has given me, through acting, through writing, through songwriting, I'm not using it to the best of my ability. I'm not living the life that God has prepared for me through the talents that he has given me. I'm not giving back God his return on his investment. So this is something that I definitely have to work on. This is something that's been brought to my attention that I did not know. So the question is now, this now has been brought to your attention. How are you going to receive this? Are you going to receive it as a wayside people, or someone that they hear it but never receive it? Are you going to be a person that you listen to it, you receive it, but then the moment comes for you to do something about it, that's when you waver off? Or you're hearing this thing, you hear what I'm telling you, but you're so choked up on life that you feel that you don't have no time for it. You're too busy taking care of baby, the kids, the work. There's no room to give God back his investment that he put in you, because life has you. But you have to understand that if you start giving God his return, he has you. Or you can be the good seed person with good soil. You're hearing me? You're recognizing the talent that you have. And now you're going to give God back his return on his investment in you. And you're going to have a life that you thought that you could never have. Doors will open that you never knew could happen. You'll have a life that you never knew that you could have before. Recognize the talent that you have and give God back the investment that he put in you. That's the message for today. Stay blessed.